Hello everyone, I'm Xianglei. Thank you for coming to my final presentation. This is the last program of my class, TED 629. At the same time, I want to share the PowerPoint about academic discourse strategies with you. Um, My major is music performance, violin performance. My research focus is close to music. I like to concentrate on film music. Therefore, I narrow down this topic and describe how music used in the Hollywood musical film in 2016 to 2020. Take La La Land as an example in my research. When I first choose the topic of interest, I have no ideas about it. Luckily, I found this topic while staying at home and watching some old films. I chose to write this topic in the literature synthesis because firstly, I need to complete this assignment in TED 629. Secondly, I'm interested in film music and wanted to explore more. At last, I think film music is a method that can help me learn some classical music and popular music continually. Mm, the research topic I'm interested in is film music. I will focus on film music from 2016 to 2020, as well as connecting with some film music theory to explain why the music appears in this film or this scene. Meanwhile, I may describe how some music editors make good use of music suitable for the theme or themes of the films. Besides that, I will make some classical examples of film music in one movie, which attracts the public to be familiar with, and explain these uses in this film. When I focus on how film music applies in one film, I know how film music creates, records, and mixes in other films. In my findings, I learned the soundtrack can connect and provide some motive to one scene or one narrative. Film music can do many uses in the film and result in the visual and listening pulse. I'm truly aware that I need to explore this topic for a long time and demonstrate its use in each film that I want to think of. I think I can use the audience and music editors' perspectives to write this essay. Use one film relevant to many films and reflect many films in 2016 to 2020. Um, Furthermore, I need to explain the research method I used. In the beginning, I choose a topic of interest and introduce reasons why I choose this topic. Secondly, I do the article selection and use the keywords film music 2016 to 2020, Hollywood musical film, film music theory to search in the library and database. Um, at the first step, I prepare to do this research in the database ProQuest eBook Central. After that, I select four text online, 2016 to 2020, English, these keywords. I record this book or article's name and prepare to recheck whether they are the most available. At last, I list the citation of the three articles selected and write one sentence each article to explain how the article is relevant to the research topic. The first book is about the history of film music. The books for large parts are given over to music and the silent film from 1894 to 1927, music and the early sound film from 1895 to 1933, music in the classical style Hollywood film from 1933 to 1960, and film music in the post-classical period from 1958 to 2008. Because the purpose of my study is to focus on film music from 2016 to 2020, so I choose a period from 1978 to 2001 in this book because it began to require the symphony orchestral music mostly used at this time. I think the connection between this chapter and my essay is that this chapter explained why classical music and modern music can be mixed and used in the film. So this chapter is so influential for me to read. I may think of some multicultural works such as the same musical orchestra and jazz up in La La Land to simplify the effect of the world music and film market. In the second article, I know this essay is about film music and contemporary Hollywood film music, which analyzed the theory of film music and why it used in the film. I can learn some general ways of film music used in this essay, such as music can add a dramatic effect in the film and so on. When I narrow down the range of the topic of my film in 2016 to 2020, I found the third article to explore the secrets of the soundtrack of La La Land. The writer does the interview with the director and the film music group, providing the latest message about the soundtrack of this film. This report detailed the preparation of the recording, the process of recording, live and recording room, mixing of electronic music and jazz music. In this term, the music group makes the use of the MIDI keyboard imitate the instruments, finding the jazz music group to add new electronic elements. My theme in this article is to analyze how the music in the La La Land. I may absorb some opinions and ways in the La La Land to discuss how music affects the narrative and scenes of the film and reflect the age characteristics in 2016 to 2020. I want to share some strategies about note taking. When I read these 3 books and articles, I used a software called OneNote to read this chapter. I made many notes by inserting methods that record some words meaning. When I first read the first book, I read the catalog and knew the structure. It was divided into 4 chapters, uh, and uh, um, I want to introduce the film music in the post-classic period from 1958 to 2008. I skimmed this chapter and I concentrate on selected sentences I liked most in this chapter. However, I secondly read this chapter. I highlighted some important words and took some notes. I also used used other methods. When I read the second article, that logic and flow are influential and connected. I copied I copied some important sentences in my essay and do the index citations. I copied the third article from the website and pasted it on the OneNote, and then I skim and scan it later, so I can totally understand these 3 articles and know more about the connection between film music's basic knowledge and the soundtrack of La La Land. Um, You know, these three articles are used by one method to be collected. I hope I can use all the search, forward search, or backward search to search more articles relevant to my topic and my theme, because these three searching methods can help me narrow down the number of articles and make the article selection more precise. Furthermore, I plan to use the literature organization sheet in the future. I think this form can assist me to know the purpose of the study and do the summary, get the discussion specifically. In the processing of filling this form, I know that the second article is relevant to some well-known and attractive articles connected with film music. So I plan to read the Hagen 1971 article scoring for films when it appears as index in the second article. If I want to learn more about this film, La La Land, I think I have to read the Scott M. 2016, How La La Land Got Its Unforgettable Music. Okay, thank you for you watching and listening my speech. Thank you very much. Have a good time.